Today we're talking about the difference between Relevé and Elevé and understanding a terre versus en l'air. So when we talk about Relevé, Relevé means raised. By all rights, this is the term that everybody uses universally in the dance world. It is the term that I test my dancers on. The term Elevé is similar, however, there are many dancers and choreographers, instructors, what have you, that don't acknowledge the term Elevé because it doesn't really exist in a certain regards as a word. So I want my dancers to be aware that it exists, but I don't purposely actively test them on that, in that understanding. So a relevé means raised. It is a simple raising movement. Now, if you are in a studio or a setting that uses the term relevé versus elevé, now you have to understand that there is a difference in how those get applied. An elevé raises to the points without a plie. You just go straight up. If you're using that term, then that means your relevé is executed with a plie. So you have a little bit of a spring. If you are at a studio, however, or in a dance setting that does not use the term elevé, you can do either type of lift for your relevés. This comes down to understanding just the dynamics. Both ways are correct. They're not wrong. I have danced under instructors myself that definitely did not acknowledge the term elevé, and everything was based around that relevé, and you knew whether you were doing a plie or not with that. Our next set of terms then becomes a terre versus en l'air. Now, earlier this week, we talked about how our leg can lift in our arabesque and the different heights that we're able to achieve. And for some reason, there's a little bit of confusion when it comes down to being on the ground versus when we leave. Anything that is performed a terre is on the ground. Anything that is performed en l'air, you are now lifting it up in the air. I would have to say one of the easiest examples would be talking about things like a rond de jambes. You traditionally will do a rond de jambe, a terre. However, we can also take it en l'air, which now changes that dynamic a little bit. You can also do grand en l'air, in which case you're taking that leg around at a 45 or 90 or higher. But the difference is where that leg is placed, whether you're on the ground or taking it up in the air. Just like the other day we talked about our arabesque being done a terre. Once we lift up, we are now en l'air. Then we talk about the different types of heights and how our leg is extended in each of those positions at those different levels. I know this is a lot of terminology, but I hope it helps kind of clear up some of those confusion points, and I will see you tomorrow.